welcome to my channel. We are going to learn how to cut this beautiful simple long sleeve. We are going to do everything on the lining. So what you need is your armhole divided by 2. So the armhole is 17 and then divided by 2 is going to be 8.5. 8.5. So 8.5, then I added some few allowances to 8. So this is the 8.5. So I have 1, 2, 2.5, which is okay. And then the length of the sleeve is, what I have here is 20.5, but I need something around 22. Do you get it? So we'll add some band to it later after everything. Okay, so this is folded into 4. So it's for both sleeves. Do you get it? Okay, this is going to be where the armhole will be, and this is going to be where the shoulder will be. Okay, so you will come to this side, the armhole side, and mark 4 inches. 4 inches, and then we are going to draw to meet it. So just follow what I'm doing. I have a video on how to cut basic sleeve, so you can check that out. Okay, and then we want to get our front armhole. So usually we'll measure everything and then divide it into 2. So that's 12, and so we are going to measure 6 out of the 12. So this is 6 inches, and then we are going to come here by ½ an inch to get our front armhole. So we just follow and then draw it. Okay, so this is it. So from here we are going to put the wrist measurement there, and the wrist is 9. So we'll divide 9 into 2, and that's going to be 4.5, and then we'll add like 1.5 to it. So 4.5, 1.5 is going to be 6. So we're going to be here 6 inches. Okay, so we are going to measure the armhole to do our cutting. So the armhole, you will take it from the front. So the armhole is 17, that is 8.5. so this is where 8.5 will be, and we're going to add 1 inch to it. So this is the 1 inch, and then we'll leave like 2 inches allowance, so it's going to be at 11. Do you get it? And so from this 11 we are going to join it to the 6 inches here, and we are using this. I use a straight ruler to do this. And before we cut it out, we are going to take something from this side. Yes, so we'll come to the shoulder here, and I'm going to measure like 2 inches from the shoulder. 2 inches. You can use 1 inch or 1.5, but I'll use 2 inches. Then I'll come to this side, and then I'll measure 2 inches. You can go more than that if you want. 2 inches. So 2 inches here. Okay, if you are going more, you have to consider your sewing allowance. So the sewing allowance is here, so you don't have to go and get here. So if you go 3 inches, this is where 3 inches is going to be. See, this is where 3 inches will be. Do you get it? So any one you want, either 2 inches, 2.5 or 3 inches. So do this way, we'll make it this way. Okay, slant it this way. Cut this out, and then we are going to cut the sleeve also. The back armhole, then we are going to cut this. So we'll create a notch here, and then we are going to open this up, and then we are going to take the front armhole. Now if you are doing this straight on the fabric, make sure that the right side of the fabric will face each other. The right side of the fabric will face each other. This is lining, so it doesn't matter, anywhere can be back, anywhere can be front. And so after, this is what we get. So you see, this is the back armhole, this is the front armhole. So you are going to place this on the fabric and then cut. Okay, so this is the wrong side of the fabric, so the right side are facing each other. So fold it together this way. So I decided to turn it. Okay, so let's place our lining on top. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you have not yet subscribed, okay? And then do all to click on the notification bell. It's very, very important. It helps when I upload a new video, you will get notification. So open up. So this is it. I want to start from somewhere like 2 inches from the edge here, 2 inches from here. Do you get it? So this is the 2 inches. Now if I come to the 2 inches, this is the 2 inches. So I'm going to cut this. It's not part. So this is not part. Now bear in mind, if you want 2 inches width, then you are going to cut 3 inches, because at the end of the day you will sew the down, you will sew the up. Do you get it? The upper part. And so the width that you want is what you're going to use. I'm going to use 3 inches. So 3 inches. So 3 inches also here. Getting this, we are going to place this on another fabric and cut, and then we'll add ½ inch here, ½ inch here, so that when we fix it, we'll get everything equally. Do you get it? Let's see, it is equal. It's equal, so we are going to use this one to get it. So at least this one will get ½ inch on each side. Do you get it? And then try and shape it the same. Then same with this one also. Then we are going to use this one also to get our ½ inch on each side. You see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then each is 2. So you can decide to use the lining to line it, or use the same fabric to line it. And I'm using the same fabric to line it. Do you get it? So I will sew the top ½ inch and sew the down ½ inch, then turn it inside and iron. I'm not going to sew the side, just ½ inch here, ½ inch here. Same with this, ½ inch down, and then I'll come to this one to take 2, ½ inch, same ½ inch. So I'll do that for all, and then we'll continue with it and know how to fix it in there this way. So the right side is supposed to be up, so let me turn it this way, and then make sure you spread it well, and then you pick the lining. So okay, so I have so the middle here is supposed to meet very well. You see, the lining is not equal width, the fabric. It's not equal, but no problem. We'll iron. Okay, so when we iron, then we'll take the excess of the fabric so that it will be equal with it, because you're going to add a band. If you are not adding a band, then we'll just ignore it and then sew it this way. Sew it this way and then pull it and everything will be okay. But because I want to add a band to it, I will trim it for it to be equal after ironing the lining out and getting it right. Okay, so what you're going to do is to sew the middle here. So we are going to place these there and so from here I'll measure 2 inches because that's what I want it to start from. So 2 inches, and then I'll come here also 2 inches. I hope you're okay. Yes, so this one is the one going to go there. Now remember, we are facing the fabric and the right side is on top and then the lining is on it. And so the first thing you have to do is bring this one here, you see, equal this way, so this way, and we are going to sew on a 1/2 inch. So you have to finish with one side before you go to the next side. Then this is where it ends. So from where it ends, you are going to measure another 2 inches. And then from there, you are going to place the next one also. So it will come inside this way. And then you are going to sew on that one to 1/2 inch. Okay, measure another 2 inches here. And then you take this one, then take it inside. Half inch. Okay, and then we'll come to the next one also, measure another 2 inches here, and then we'll bring this one there. Okay, so here is it. Now the last one, I'm not going to add it. If I am not adding band to it, then I will add the last one, but because I'm going to add band to it, I'm not going to add it. I will leave the last one. And so first I have to sew on this. You sew on this, then we'll come and do the other side. So let me mark out some measurements here. So I'm going to mark 2 inches here. So this is going to occupy this, you see. Then from here I'm going to measure another 2 inches. So I'm using blue, meaning in between this nothing is going to be there. And then another blue, so another 2 inches. You see, I want it to meet equally. Then I'll come here, I'm going to use white to do this, and then I'll measure another white 2 inches, another 2 inches here, and then another 2 inches here, and then another 2 inches also here. Are we okay? So I will need this line so that when I'm joining this, it will be equal. I will not get confused. So I'll take it to the machine and run stitches on this. Okay, so guys, I'm done sewing this side. So what I did was when I was sewing, I started the sewing from this side and then got this place, the curve, and then straight on top. And so we are going to do the other side. So what you do is we just turn it this way. You see, this is it. So this is it at the end of the day. We will turn this one also this way. Okay, so we'll turn it out and then we are going to have it this way. You see, this here is supposed to come here. Do you get it? But the lining is supposed to cover this, just as we've done here. And so look at where we've placed the markings, and then place exactly this one also there. Do you get it? Okay, then we are going to take the lining back this way. So it's going to be like this at the end of the day. So we are going to have it this way, and this is where the lining, the marks are. So just the same way, pin it, and then we'll come to this one too, the next one. This is where the mark is. So this is where the mark is. So just place it there, and then we'll place this one on top this way, then pin it. Then we come to the next one. So we are going to place the fabric also on top this way, you see, and we are going to pin it. Then we come to the last one, and then pin it. So this is it. So we are going to sew from here where it ended, where the sewing ended. We are going to sew from there straight to the end of the lining. Do you get it? So I will do that, iron on top very well, then we'll continue. So this is it. This is what we'll get at the end of the day. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim this excess from there. Okay, then I have this band. I folded it inside. And so it's 2.5. The breadth is 12 inches, exactly like what the 12 inches we had here. That is 6 inches folded into 2, so 12 inches. And so I'm going to sew it this way. So this, the small one, I'm going to open it up this way, and you have to make sure it will be equal with this. Do you get it? So be equal, and we will sew on top, and then we'll come here also, and then sew on top of this. After, we'll open it this way, place this inside this way, and then place this on top. And then we are going to sew everything through this way. Do you get it? So after sewing, we are going to put it together this way, and this, and then you have to determine where the front armhole is. So this is where the front armhole is. So you are going to place our armhole, which is 8.5 plus 1, making 9.5, and then we'll come here and then measure the sleeve 4.5, the wrist 4.5, and then I'm going to join it this way. So we'll sew it together, then after we are going to attach it to our dress. So just the armhole, I've attached one of the sleeves already, and so just make sure this is the front armhole. It is meeting with the front armhole of the dress, and then you attach it. If you don't check it, you can take this one to the other side, and so check it. Okay, so armhole to armhole, we are going to pin it, and then we are going to sew on top all through to here. So I'll finish this and then show you the end result, guys. So this is the sleeve. Yes, this is the sleeve, and so I will leave a link of how to sew this top, the cover, how to cut and sew it, and then attach your sleeve to it. So this is it. Thanks so much. If you have not yet subscribed, consider subscribing, like and share the video. Bye bye.